Good motherfucking morning, America. Jericho Green here with you once again. And normally, when I'm driving to work at this early hour, it's light outside. But I think it's going to rain today. A lot of cloud cover. So here we go. That's why I got the light on. So something I've noticed, this isn't new, but it's definitely becoming more prevalent, more common. Before I get into that, real quick, is anybody else noticing all these fucking Chinese companies producing all these movies? Like big budget, summer blockbuster mainstream movies? It's the H Brothers and some other one I can't remember. But every damn movie, I saw Mile 22 the other day. Spoiler alert, that shit was garbage. I saw the trailer for the Happy Time Murders. That was H Brothers. This other movie is H Brothers. I'm like, who the fuck? Since when all these Chinese companies start producing all these movies? Is that part of the takeover? They're letting them buy up our land and our movies? Any fucking way. I've been noticing that there's a lot of female badass, female assassin, kick-ass. That shit's weird, man. Now, of course, there are some badass women out there. I work near 2 military bases. There was a girl that came in there. She was in the EOD. That girl was bad as fuck. She looked the part. I wouldn't want to tumble with her, tussle. But most women aren't like that. Most women can't fuck you up. Most women aren't as strong as men. I know. Earth shaking. Men are bigger and stronger than women. We both have our roles in this world, and that's okay. But these women assassin revenge movies are out of fucking control. Now, can you make a revenge movie with a woman? Yeah. And is there an element of fantasy to any movie, even if it is a man, a Jason Statham or some shit? Yeah, there's an element of fantasy to that. You're not going to get shot through your shoulder and then hang by that shot arm off the side of a fucking building 10 minutes later. No. But is it more believable? Is it closer to reality that a male star can do that? Can fuck somebody up? Can beat up 10 dudes? Yeah. But what was it? This movie called Peppermint that just came out. I saw it on Amazon or some shit. It's this movie with Jennifer Garner, and I read the description. I laughed out loud. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So apparently, God, it's so fucking corny. They're like at some kind of fucking carnival or some shit getting ice cream. She's standing there paying for the ice cream, which is... Anyway, she's standing there paying for the fucking ice cream, and she's startled by gunshots. She turns around, and these fucking gangbangers, you see their arms coming out the window of the car and shooting with these guns, and they kill her husband and her fucking child. So, of course, they have the scene in the courtroom where she says, it was them right there, Your Honor. And the judge is corrupt, and the lawyer's corrupt, so the guys get off. So she goes underground for 5 years, and they cut to the police saying, hey, what happened to Mrs. So-and-so? Oh, she's been missing for 5 years. What do you think she's doing? Training. And it shows her like, I can't even say this shit out loud without laughing. So it shows her punching bags and shit and loading guns and fucking shooting at the range, honing her skills for her revenge. So she comes back, and all the gangbangers who were involved in her husband and her daughter's murder come up missing. So there's this vigilante element to it. It just looks so fucking stupid. And there's a scene, you can tell it's toward the end of the movie, where she's like all beat up and shit. Her face is all bloody. She got cuts and bruises and shit. She looks like Bruce Willis at the end of fucking Die Hard, where he's just all bloodied and fucked up. Like, come on! This shit ain't for real. Jennifer Garner is about 120 pounds. She ain't wrapping no cords around nobody's neck and snapping their fucking neck. She's not going into a gang fucking hideout and blasting 15 people. Same thing with that fucking Atomic Blonde with Charlize Theron. That shit was some of the dumbest shit I've ever fucking seen. She's not beating the shit out of 5 dudes and then wrapping her knuckles in a fucking towel full of ice. Get the fuck out of here, man. But it's not just that ridiculous element. It's more of what the underlying fucking agenda is. That women and men are totally equal, and everything a man can do, a woman can do equal or better. Is that why in the military, women are allowed to hang from the pull-up bar instead of do pull-ups? Is that why they're allowed to put their knees on the ground when they do push-ups? There's a reason for that. Because men are stronger. So we can do the regular pull-ups. We can do the regular push-ups. But they need to be modified for women because, I know, shocker, they have less upper body fucking strength. But that's part of Hollywood's agenda to blur the lines between the genders. The 2 genders. Yeah, I said it. There's only 2. It's part of their agenda to blur the lines. We're all the same. Women can be badass and be on the SEAL team too. No, they fucking can't. That shit is so fucking ridiculous. Remember that Ghostbusters movie came out with the all-female cast? That was the dumbest shit ever. I'm sorry, ladies. I just don't fucking believe that you're gonna run in there and kill a bunch of ghosts. My wife has problems killing a spider. So how are you gonna go in there and not be scared shitless to kill a fucking ghost? And the list, because they had Haywire with fucking Gina Carano. That was slightly more believable because she really is a fighter in real life. But come the fuck on. In that Mile 22, they had Ronda Rousey in there and some other chick played one of the main roles. And it was just weird seeing women get shot and beat up and fucked up like a man. It's just weird. You know, during the Civil War, they tried having female soldiers and it was just too fucked up. It was too much of a mental strain on the men. They couldn't concentrate. They were lingering around the women's dead bodies because there's this thing in our DNA and our nature that tells us to protect women. That men are the go out there and fight the wars and slay the fucking saber-toothed tiger. And the women have a more, I guess for lack of a better word, domestic, softer role in life, in nature. So why the fuck are they trying to change that? You can't change hundreds of thousands of years of DNA through movies. That shit looks fucking retarded. It's laughable. It was so fucking... You should have seen... Please check out the trailer for that movie Peppermint. It will make you fucking laugh out loud. LOL. I'm just not believing it. Women are not badasses like that, and that's fine. Every man isn't a fucking ex-SEAL former assassin. But please stop with this fucking woman fucking revenge movie. I can do it just like a man. The shit looks fucked up. It doesn't look realistic. Like you can, like that Atomic Blonde. It didn't flow. It didn't look natural. You could tell that she just trained in martial arts for like 2 months before she shot this fucking movie. It just didn't look realistic. Now you look like John Wick. That shit looked realistic because he does that shit in real life. He really does those 3-gun competitions and all the martial arts. And it just looks more natural on a man. Growing up, I got in a bunch of fights as a kid. That's how it is for boys. Girls hardly get in fights because it's just not in their nature. I've seen a couple girl fights throughout my life, but they're not very common. I've seen way more guy fights. But that shit is just stupid to try to blur these roles in nature. Hollywood, just stick to trying not to fuck up a movie. Stick to trying to not fuck up a remake. Hollywood has 15 years to do a sequel to a movie and it's shit. Look at, was it Anchorman 2? What the fuck? Super Troopers 2. What the fuck? You guys can't even remake a movie where the blueprint has already been fucking laid out. But you're gonna tell me that Melissa McCarthy can be a fucking gritty undercover cop in New York City? Or a motherfucking secret agent? Man. Hollywood, stop. Stick to your weird ass eyes wide shut fucking parties and fucking leave the men and women to do what men and women fucking do. God, man, that shit's so stupid. And another fucking thing that I hate in these movies, the veterans and current and former service, they'll get this a little bit more, but I think we can all appreciate it a little bit, especially if you know something about the military. Like the other day, I watched G.I. Joe, the movie with Channing Tatum. That shit was a turd. But that's one of my vices, or I wouldn't say a vice, but that's one of my guilty pleasures, is watching shitty movies. I love a shitty movie, and there's few shittier than G.I. Joe. But in these fucking military movies, like, you guys can't get a military advisor? You can't get some dude that just graduated boot camp to fucking help you? There's a scene in that movie where they're at like a ball, the military ball. I don't know what they call it in other branches, but in the Navy, it's your dress white or your dinner whites, your dinner blues. That's where you have your medals, the white gloves, the saber, everything. These motherfuckers show up in their their dinner uniform with a goatee. Now, even if you're out in the field for months at a time, you can't shave your facial hair into a fucking goatee. Now, when I was in the Navy, you could get a no-shave chit for like 30 days, but you don't have to shave. Because, you may get razor bumps or what the fuck ever. My face, sometimes I get razor bumps that look like a fucking Nestle Crunch bar. But I couldn't edge that shit up into a nice beard or a fucking goatee. And when you come back in from the field and you go to a fucking military ball, you shave your fucking face to military standards. Military specs. What the fuck? And their salutes are always all fucked up. Their uniforms are all unsat, no gig line. The women got their fucking shirts unbuttoned so their titties are falling out. That is not how you dress in the military. Get the fuck... That shit is so fucking stupid. A motherfucking goatee at a military ball. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Man, I'm about 2 minutes from work. Let me get the fuck out of here. Now you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they keep making stupid-ass movies. Follow your boy on the Twitters, @Green_Jericho. I'm Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.